This is the latest from Israel. The U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem is advising Americans in Israel that they can leave the country via taxi or shuttle, but if they do so, their safety cannot be guaranteed. Current government advice is for U.S. citizens to shelter in place and make their own security arrangements, with flights cancelled across the board as Israel enters a fourth day of war with Iran. The Israeli Ministry of Tourism has begun operating shuttles to the Taba border crossing with Egypt. The registrations available via an evacuation form. Hours earlier, the State Department had included Israel, the West Bank and Gaza in a list of regions from which Americans should depart now due to serious safety risks. Once again, this is information coming in from Jerusalem, and it concerns U.S. citizens based in Israel, and they have been advised that they can leave the country via taxi or shuttle, but if they do so, their safety cannot be guaranteed. Current government advice is for U.S. citizens to shelter in place and make their own security arrangements, with flights cancelled across the border as Israel enters a fourth day of war with Iran. The Israeli Ministry of Tourism has begun operating shuttles to the Taba border crossing with Egypt. The registrations available via an evacuation form. Hours earlier, the State Department had included Israel, the West Bank and Gaza in a list of regions from which Americans should depart now due to safety or serious safety risks. Dharamjot Kaur is our correspondent. She's still with us. She's in the newsroom. Dharamjot Kaur, this is the latest coming in from Israel, and advisories are going on left, right, center, because it all began by urging citizens to be cautious. Now they're urging citizens to leave.
Absolutely, Eric, and not just leave, but also saying that they are not in a position to help American nationals flee the region in any manner. And just to reiterate what the entire statement put out by the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem says, they say that the U.S. Embassy is not in a position at this time to evacuate or directly assist Americans in departing Israel. They've also said further down that the U.S. Embassy cannot make any recommendation for or against the Ministry of Tourism's shuttle. If you choose to avail yourself of this option to depart, the U.S. government cannot guarantee your safety. The information is provided as a courtesy to those wishing to leave Israel. And the statement ends by saying that the passengers who wish to cross to Jordan may take the shuttle to Eilat and continue independently to the Yitzhak Rabin border crossing. So clearly a message which all in all tells people in Israel that they are essentially on their own as hostilities continue to escalate, and this war front further intensifies with attacks not just being carried out by US and Israel or Iran, but Iran now retaliating. We did see that several people were injured in Jerusalem a day ago, Eric, and when an Iranian ballistic missile had struck in West Jerusalem. So clearly the tension is escalating, the strikes are escalating, and the U.S. officials now effectively saying that they cannot help their own nationals in the region, and they effectively are on their own.
Dharamjot Kaur is our correspondent. She is in the newsroom. She'll keep an eye on what is happening in the region, and she'll have an update for us in our subsequent broadcast. But the latest now is that the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem has asked their citizens to leave the country, but they have not guaranteed if they will be safe while they're leaving Israel. But this is the latest coming in from Tel Aviv in Israel, actually Jerusalem in Israel, where the U.S. Embassy there has advised their citizens or American citizens to leave the country via the border crossing or via Jordan.